What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to do a little bit of speculation in advance of Bungie's stream on Wednesday. We're going to talk about the Nightfalls, which we do every single week here. But before we get to the Nightfalls, we've got to see our sub, like, and comment of the day. It's from Spear Gaming, and we're showing off Spear's comment mainly because if you want to see a Destiny channel that is doing ridiculously well for itself right now and just growing leaps and bounds, just massive kudos to Spear. Holy crap, he is doing really well for himself. But what we're going to do is we are going to do a little bit of predicting. We're going to do a little bit of predicting, and Bungie has not absolutely confirmed this just yet, but just wait until you see what I want to go ahead and post and show you guys, and then you can decide if I'm crazy or if Bungie might be doing something that people are pretty much asking for. Because one of the things that we've been talking about recently is nerfs. We've been talking about nerfs. We said we don't like nerfs. In fact, what we want to do is we want to feel overpowered. We want to feel overpowered. We want to feel like we're really strong. We're Guardians. We're in our year 3. We're pretty much at the end of Destiny. We want to feel like our journey was worthwhile and we're the strongest that we absolutely can be. I mean, we're protecting the whole entire universe, aren't we? And I know we don't always feel that way. But let's talk about the Nightfall right now. So if anybody sat back and they thought about what the absolute worst modifier in all of Nightfalls is, I think people would say it's Trickle. Now back in year 1, people probably would have said Light Switch, and Bungie ended up removing that. We can no longer have Light Switch as a modifier. I would say right now, Trickle by far is the worst modifier in all of Destiny. What does Trickle do? It just slows down all the gameplay. All of your super, your grenades, your melee abilities, they recharge at a ridiculously slow rate. So even if you have something like Catapult, like that's on in the Strike right now, even if you have something like Catapult on that will recharge your grenade quickly, Trickle will override that and you won't get any additional grenade spawning re-abilities. It just won't happen, it won't work. So here's what I want to do. I want to show you this tiny little clip that we ended up getting last week from Bungie's livestream. Take a listen to what Deej says right here.
We might even talk about how we're going to add a little bit more mayhem to strikes in terms of the Nightfall. But that will be a conversation for Joe Sifferman and Tim Williams to have.
Okay, so Deej says the word mayhem. And you might say, well, he just said mayhem. And I heard the word, and I was like, mayhem, yes, we have mayhem in Destiny. But was he actually being specific, or was he just using a word, just any normal adjective? And we don't know. But whenever we go on over and take a look at the Bungie weekly update, I think we get a little more clarification. Was Deej just happening to use an adjective that relates to something specific in Destiny? Because mayhem in Destiny means one thing. It's mayhem in Crucible, it's ridiculous supers, ridiculous recharge rates, all of that stuff. Was Deej actually hinting at that? Or was he just using the word mayhem? Did mayhem just happen to come to his mind? But whenever we take a look at the Bungie weekly update, we can see that in his bullet points, he talks about, what about adding some mayhem to the Nightfall? And I'm sorry, but using that exact same word twice, because yes, once, whenever you're live, you could say pretty much anything. In a live stream, you could talk about anything, but when he's sitting down and he's putting pen to paper, or fingers to keyboard, as would be the case right here, he's specifically talking about something, and I think that's actually hinting at the Nightfall, and hinting at maybe Mayhem Nightfalls. And take a look even further down on the list. Next we have a quote. Next week we're here talking about the weekly rituals, and we'll play a strike bathed in light. And I believe that strongly hints at Mayhem Nightfalls. Strikes bathed in light. That's where the Guardians get all their power from the light. So are we actually going to be getting Nightfalls with a Mayhem type modifier, where we're going to be able to run in and just chain our super over and over and over again, and chain our grenades and chain our melee abilities? Can you even imagine the amount of fun and chaos that would be? And that's what I think is actually going to be happening. I think that's going to be happening, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, how in the world are we going to be doing mayhem strikes? We're going to just absolutely wreck and destroy everything. And I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. But at the same time, what were we just talking about in the beginning? We were talking about wanting to have tons of fun. Just absolute fun in Destiny. And you can't tell me that running around with your super and just throwing off Nova Bomb after Nova Bomb after Nova Bomb isn't going to be a ton of fun. In fact, they might even up the spawn rates, if that's even remotely possible. I have no idea. But I kind of believe that on Wednesday, we're going to hear about Mayhem Nightfalls. What do you think? Do you think this is even remotely possible? Or have I just gone off the rocker? Am I just like recovering from being sick and I've got these type of hallucinations that are going on from being sick and I'm just trying to look for things that aren't actually there? Or do you think we're going to find out in 2 days that we're going to be able to do our strikes in our Nightfall strikes with a Mayhem type modifier? Please, I have to know if you think I found a carrot, if you think I found anything remotely interesting here, and if you would like to see this in the game. I was trying to look around whenever I thought about this earlier today. I was trying to look for any potential YouTube videos that might have touched on this subject. I personally didn't see any, but that doesn't mean that there aren't those ones out there. I just didn't happen to see any. So what do you think? Do you think Mayhem Nightfalls would actually work? Because obviously we've had triple Nightfalls before, and while we don't like them, they work. But on the same time, whenever you talk about Mayhem, you're talking about giving our Guardians more power than you could even imagine. I mean, you've been in the Mayhem Rumbles. You know that they're just absolute chaos. Can you imagine what we would do to the PVE enemies with a Mayhem style modifier? We've had catapults, so our grenades have recharged. We've had brawler on. We've had different types of burns where we've been able to just absolutely destroy and wreck enemies in one shot, or taking down full bosses in 10 seconds or so. We've had all those different things. So we've definitely been able to wreck Nightfalls before. That's not the case. But this would be on a whole new level, because this would be taking a modifier and going through an entire strike extremely overpowered. It's just not one specific situation. So I'm really not sure. But I think if Bungie wants to go ahead and do stuff like that, like give us more power, and give us more fun, this is definitely a way to go about doing things. And I am all for it. I'm all for it. I want to have fun. We've played Destiny for 3 years. We've beat everything in Destiny. We've done the challenges. Every challenge in Destiny, we've done and completed. I am fine with being overpowered and just destroying stuff. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't have the game anymore because I need and want a challenge. I have it and I play it because I want to have fun. And I believe that a Mayhem Nightfall would absolutely do that. So what do you think? Is this a good idea? Let me know in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this matter. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Nightfall, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #Mayhem.